Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. This is that Saitor webcam I recently got at Value Village, and I am happy to report that it is now dead. It died and it took my QuizLabs hub with it. So yeah, real expensive camera now. So these are about 50 bucks on Amazon. And they have the exact same camera. If you saw the video on this, there was a link there that points you to the exact identical camera. Difference is it's got a different name across the front because I guess the company that actually made the authentic one decided to go tits up. And anyways, but I mean, it's got a good picture, good audio, but this morning I woke up and I turned on my Mac, and this has been plugged in continuously and to the front of the hub because it doesn't even draw 50 milliamps. It's pretty low power drain, and I got more than that coming through that port, so that's fine. But this morning, my hard drives, or SSDs actually, that are in my hub, decided, oh, let's mount, let's dismount, let's mount, let's dismount. And I thought, okay, this isn't cool. So I checked the power supply, of course, that powers that hub, and it's absolutely fine. It's actually charging my iPad right now, so the power supply and its cable are actually good, so that's not the problem. A lot of troubleshooting later, the bottom line turned out to be like this. No power indicator light, tried it on a different computer, actually tried it on a couple of computers, can't be found by Windows or by Apple, and the light won't go on that should be on all the time, which is red, it's in standby. Has a green light that goes on when you're recording. Well, neither one of them are coming on. And of course now my hub's doing the funky chicken. So I decided, well, let's remove a drive and see what happens. Well, the other drive that I left in behind, it mounted up fine. I thought, okay, now that it's here, let's try and get some software off just in case. Started to copy some software, and then it flaked out, went offline. Great. So external cases we go. So now I got an NVMe and a SATA SSD into external cases, getting information off there that I absolutely must have day-to-day use, not an option. The other stuff is more or less backups of everything else. So anyways, but now I got no card reader. So now even to do this video with my DSLR camera, well, I got to take the card out of it, throw it into a different computer, copy it off there onto a USB stick, and then I put it into a Type-C to USB-A adapter that's now in the Thunderbolt port where my hub was. So it turns out that when this thing died, it more or less took the whole hub, because even when I took the drives out and I tried to power it or unpower, like, you know, for separate power, didn't make a difference, come up with the same error. Disabling all front ports, not enough power. It's like, well, that's just wonderful, isn't it? So what I'm here to tell you is this is my final update review. Don't buy this camera, even by any brand name that looks like this. Okay, and you'll know this thing because it's got all this flappy stuff, and you'll see the face is identical. I would also avoid any of these off-brand cameras, okay, period. It seems that, yeah, sometimes you can save a little bit of money, but sometimes it's actually worth buying brand name. I have a Logitech webcam that's like freaking old. Now, mind you, the thing will not run 1080p for very long, even on the Type A bus on my Mac, or, you know, but it will kind of run on a laptop. But the problem is you have to disable your internal laptop camera, otherwise it causes lags, because it notices there's two at once, so it's like front and back camera thing, right? Anyway, so don't put a external webcam onto your laptop unless, you know, your onboard camera is actually dead or you disable it first, then you'd be okay. But the Logitech camera I have, it's old. I mean, my father had it for years. He gave it to us before he moved out of the country. And because he also has a new laptop, so what's he need a webcam for now? And so anyhow, that thing won't record very long in 1080p, but it won't go 1080p with a Type-C to Type-A adapter because it's a Type-A cable on the camera. Type-A direct, of course, it'll work, but not for very long in 1080p. You get a few minutes, and it's like precise every single time. But on 720p, which I don't want to use 720p because it sucks, it'll run forever. So it's like, well, whatever. I was trying to have a, you know, decent 1080p camera on my Mac, and this thing I could record endlessly with it. And I did cut a lot of videos with this before it puked, but I wouldn't buy one of these things and plug it direct into your computer, because when it dies, it's going to take your computer with it. I got lucky enough that the hub isolates itself from the computer, so when this thing shorted, it just took out the internals of the hub, so no power can come in and power the hub. That circuitry is now gone in the hub, and of course, without power going in, you don't have enough power out of your ports on your computers, because Type-C and Thunderbolt ports only produce 900 milliamps. Well, drives use a lot more than that. In fact, even a little SD card that's in your DSLR camera chews up about 896 milliamps. Okay? And yeah, so you're kind of borderline in there, and you still got to power the hub, period. It's got a pile of ports up front, so yeah, I can understand why the Mac barked and said, sorry, not enough power to power the front panel, we're shutting you down. And it's like, great. So this thing didn't cost me 50 bucks. I got it for a really good deal. However, it seemed to be brand new in the box, but that doesn't matter. It's a cheap piece of garbage that I would definitely want to avoid. For sure, and but it is up to you. If you want to blow up your comp, go ahead. Direct to a computer, this would have taken down my entire bus on my computer, like all of it. Okay, so that's another reason why I'm kind of glad it was in my hub and not direct to the computer. So I kind of got really lucky there. But yeah, so now I have a dead camera, which big deal on that. But now I've lost well, I guess about 130 bucks by the time you get the taxes and stuff in there on my hub, and it's dead. So, and the warranty also expired, of course, the manufacturer warranty within about 3 months after I bought it. So I should have probably bought the external warranty. And the QuizLab hubs, by the way, are imported from the States to Canada, so they don't give you much of a warranty to start with because it's an import. But in the US they might have a 1-year warranty, I don't know, but either way I'm still like a month over the year regardless. And I checked my Amazon account and it said I was only going to be good for like a couple of months, right? So I probably should have bought into their external 3 to 4 year extra warranty when I bought it, but I kind of figured, you know, I'm running this thing properly. I'm using a separate actual power supply. I'm not powering it the way they show us in the pictures, but they do say you can use an external power supply, so that's what I did. But you're going to have an awful lot of amperage. And even 3 amps, it kind of borderlines. I mean, it's just enough to run the drive stable, but then you've got to watch it when you're using any kind of a USB flash drive or SD card up front. It can get a little sketchy at 3 amps, you know, but it'll still do it, so without any hassle. But don't have anything else plugged in, right? But this was the only thing plugged into the front, and it doesn't even chew up 50 milliamps, and I have a lot more than that coming through, but yeah, it just up and croaked and just said, okay, let's short everything out that we can get at. And that's exactly what it did. So it's a piece of garbage. Don't buy it. Unless, of course, you don't value your computer stuff. Anyway, that's pretty much about all I got for you on this one. You can see behind me my iMac is actually doing a job in the back. It's actually exporting the QuickTime video footage that I shot for what's going on with the QuizLab hub, and that's on 42 minutes for the export. Man, I wish I could have done this on my Mini. It would have been exported in like literally 2 minutes, but we still have about another 16 minutes to go, so this video is probably going to be up way before the QuizLab one, so it's going to be like a reverse order thing, but who cares? I mean, you're searching the internet for info on stuff. That's how you're going to find things, right? So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Now I got to go shop around for a new hub and figure out where I'm going to get the money to pay for it and get my life back to normal on my Mac again, because I have to have a card reader for my DSLR. Because right now, like I said, I got to go from this over to one of my laptops, copy it to a flash drive, then I can at least put it onto my adapter in the back of my Mini and get the info off to upload this to you fine folks. So yeah, it's a really interesting day. You know, it's like I should have just stayed in bed till like 8 o'clock, and then, you know, it would have been the same thing, but, you know, either way. Anyhow, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.